Alright everyone, you may notice a little bit of a difference. It's time for a garden update. Yeah, I don't agree with that either. Or all the other trash strewn about. It's the result of the shed falling down. Yeah, you may notice this is in 720 and widescreen. There's a little bit of a different recording procedure going on at the moment. Things are looking up in the recording world. Now you can actually see the chamomile, you know, in relatively decent detail. The garden is almost finished as far as prep goes. I just dumped a whole ton of cow shit on here. Well, technically about 300 pounds of it. And you can see the difference between the color of the cow poo and the native soil. And that native soil's been slightly improved anyway. It had some higher nutrient materials added to it. I added the extra bag that I got that I knew I needed over here, because this soil looked a little bit peaked still. I want to rake that around in there, make it nice. You can see though, a lot of perennials coming up. Since you haven't had a chance to see them before in higher definition, this is a little bushy plant. I don't even know quite what it is. It comes up with nice flowers, lilies everywhere. This is going to be a little perennial patch. It'll have some chamomile in it too. Most of this chamomile is going to be destroyed. Anything that survives when I till the cow poo in, I'll transplant. But I'm not too concerned with destroying most of the plants because it spreads voraciously. It'll even spread in the mulch. And you can see there are quite a few of them there. And there are more over here in the area. That used to be a garden bed. Now it's going fallow. Put some grass seed or something on it, I guess. This bed looks so good. I mean, you have no idea how nice and loose and clumpy that soil looks. Look at the catnip. It's not even May yet, and it's already getting fairly large, honestly. Rhubarb everywhere on what will be lawn. That has to be moved. And all the perennials. You can see this nice back bed with the path back there. All the perennials in here. There are lilies, there are irises, those little bushes. There's the columbine. I can't remember the scientific name. Some nice chamomile. This one actually did survive. In fact, all of them did that got transplanted. I still have to till this up, but mostly it's looking good. Peach is doing well, horseradish, more catnip. I still haven't done anything with the pile. I need to do that. Tomorrow is going to be sunny and warm, as well as the day after. And so those will be the main work days. I'm also going to be planting the cooler weather crops at that point. And to people who are saying, oh, the mulch alone won't suppress the grass. Well, yeah, I know some of it's going to poke up through. That actually just looks good, though. I'm just trying to cut down on the amount of it to keep the weed count down. And meanwhile, peach tree, there are some little leaves coming out on it. It may or may not blossom. I'm not optimistic about it blossoming this year. That's okay, though. I don't care if it's just leaves. But everything looks good. I just got some Swiss chard, and there are also some herbs to plant in. So what I'm going to do, one bed will just be cooler weather. That's probably going to be this bed on the corner. This has really nice soil, nice and loose. Last year it was primarily corn, and it's been restored fully. So that'll be fine for greens. This bed here, I'm thinking tomato, honestly, along with some rows of carrots. You know, a row down either side with the tomatoes in the middle. The tomatoes, they drill down deep into the soil and help the tomatoes to get at nutrients and water that's underneath. Tomatoes love carrots, I believe, is actually a book title, or Carrots Love Tomatoes. I can't remember which one. This will probably be half zucchini, half yellow squash. About 4 plants on either side. In the middle, put some Swiss chard in, I think. Just put a green in. And then I'll have a dedicated sort of cabbage bed, which will also have beets. Again, root crop, helps it drill down, stabilizes it. And then on the end, as well as over here, corn and beans. I'm going to put the corn and beans in here too. 3 rows of corn, a couple rows of beans in between them, as well as companion planting directly with the beans. And that'll, you know, keep the nitrogen levels up. This will end up becoming sort of the herb bed on one side and the tea garden on the other. And then those 2 beds in back will be mostly flowers and perennials. And then I'll just put, you know, random odd plants in, maybe an herb here and there, a couple heads of cabbage for no reason. I'll just see what they do. I like experimenting. And the garden looks 10,000 times better this year. And look at all the fucking mulch. That's, I can't even fathom how many bags. I probably put 50, 60 bags of mulch out here. And it's all good. Our nice little, with the flat wheels, the garden wagon. Yeah, it doesn't work quite as well as it should. That's had that problem for years. I used to take loads of brick too high, you know, probably about 150 pounds of brick. I used to tote it half a mile through the woods because of the old dam over there that was ruined. There were bricks lying around everywhere. Almost all the brick in this garden I salvaged from that old dam. Oh, you hear the woodpecker maybe. You may notice the audio quality is also a bit higher because on this phone is actually what it is. It's not mine, not my smartphone. I don't do that game. If I was, it would just be for recording. On here, it's actually got a little bit higher definition than, you know, a cheaper digital camera from 2008. This is a modern, cheaper smartphone. It's just a little bit better all around for everything. The garden looks so, I mean, it's so delectable. You look at those clumps of cow shit, just like I want to bury my hands in it. But it's kind of cool today, cold and damp as well. For the next 2 days, it's going to be sunny and warm. Then we have one more kind of cool rainy day, and then it takes right off. And it looks like we're going to have actually early summer-ish weather, which is about as perfect as you could possibly want it to be. You can see there are a couple of poppies, actually. These are oriental poppies, I think. Well, yeah, those are growing in the mulch. I'll probably just let them grow outside of the bed just because they'll be pretty. They may even put up blossoms. So yeah, the garden is looking good, and now you can actually see it. It's wide, the picture is. That's about all. Peace out.